the Sweet Life, our YouTube channel. Well, it's my YouTube channel. This is the very reluctant Mr. G, who's a lovely, lovely of my life. And as you can see by the face, say hello.
Hello.
He's really reluctant to do this, but it's his recipe, so I really want him to do it. So comment, please like, and all that sort of thing. Check into our website, liamthesweetlife.com. We're going to show you this recipe. It's a, what is it?
Sweet chili jam.
It is. It's a sweet chili jam. It's very... It is. It's fabulous. And great little presents. And as it's coming up to Christmas, that's why I wanted to put it on our YouTube channel. So that'll be posted next week. We're going to do it in segments like I normally do. So we're going to do one segment, stop it, because there's nothing more boring than watching someone chopping.
Especially me.
Okay. So I'm going to sit here, and Mr. G's going to, and I'm just going to ask questions really. So tell me, let's start beginning. Where's your recipe?
I have a recipe.
Have a recipe.
So the main ingredients are thus, excuse me, peppers, red peppers, red and green chilies, ginger, good ginger, real ginger, not the jar stuff. 8 cloves of garlic. Lots of golden caster sugar and quite a bit of red wine vinegar.
Cool. We are going to adapt that because this Gavin's been making this recipe. You can stop chopping it. Gavin's been making this recipe for a lot of years, and he's found his own way where I add bits and pieces, and he does have a secret ingredient, which will tell you.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So I'm really not precious about chopping this up to any old size, really.
Yeah. Got the usual bowl for rubbish. Bowl of the other side for all the stuff before it gets pre-blended. So we're going to chop all these up. And what else then do we do?
Then we should blend it. I'm not looking at that because I'll chop
Okay.
my finger off.
Okay.
It's not a good
You have
idea.
chopped in your knife, haven't you?
Finger has chopping. You should always chop me now. Every opportunity you get. It's a motto.
It's our family motto.
Yeah.
Sharp in your knife.
Whenever you can.
And whenever you can. Okay. So why do you sharpen the knife?
Well, it's just easier to slice, isn't it? And safer, actually.
Why is it not? Why is it blunt?
Well, harder to cut and also it's more likely to cut your fingers. Not recommended.
It slips off. There's a whole YouTube thing about chopping vegetables that I've just put out earlier on, so that's pretty cool. And then you're going to, once they're all in the bowl, what's happening?
So we cut the peppers, the tomatoes, the chilies, the garlic, all to rough ready sizes. And then we blend them into not too much of a liquid, still like a paste, I guess, probably the best description. And then we move to the next phase, which would be to the saucepan. Which we have. Heavy bottom saucepan.
Heavy bottom? Why? Why heavy bottom?
Well, it gets very hot and sugar's in there, and sugar gets extremely
hot. It does.
And it's very dangerous as well. So you need a good pan.
And the convection, isn't it? You told me about the convection heat of the heavy bottom.
Exactly. So you need a heavy bottom. So we have.
That's also a motto.
We have
a
few heavy bottom pans, but these ones are cast iron, I think.
They are. I've had those.
Very old.
Yeah, about 25 years.
You're not old enough.
I know, I'm not old enough.
Anyway.
And these vegetables, we've got. Do you want to show that? You know the packet you get after wonky vegetables and all that sort of thing. Also, this is really good for out-of-date veg. You know when they're out of date on that same day?
That's true.
If you plan on doing something, you can buy those and use them on the same day, which is really good. So that saves you things, and it's fantastic for presents. And I know you've got to put it in jars. And when at the end, I'll put the recipe up, and then I'll show some pretty jars and how to give it for gifts and things like that. So.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to make a couple of batches. So one of the important things to remember is the proportions, like the ratios, if you like. So chilies. We've got lots of chilies here.
Yeah. Does it matter which kind of chili?
I don't think it matters. It just matters in terms of your personal preference for how hot it is.
Right.
So we made a batch of red peppers. I've got 4 red peppers there. I'll put 1 yellow one in.
Just because. I mean, I know it's...
Because I've only got 2, so we'll keep 1 for the next batch.
Right. Do you think the recipe, I think it says red peppers, but does it matter? I mean, we've used green before, haven't we?
Better to it's better to mix and match, and it's a
Yeah.
little bit of a surprise at the end
It is.
also. But it's, I mean, you can't fail with it. If I can make it, anybody can.
That's
really.
not true. Don't believe Mr. G, he's a great cook. Fish, oh, awesome.
Fish is,
Yeah. But I think with the chilies, when it's red's the ripest, so it's the sweetest. But if you have green, yellow, and red, if you can,
yes,
like I say, we're not precious about it.
no.
Then it gives you that little bit of oof.
So we'll go with a batch here. So we've
Do you
got,
want gloves?
no, we've got, how many? 6, 3, we've got 7 red ones, so we'll
Yeah.
keep 3 and 4 for the next one.
Right.
And then lots of green ones. Got lots of green ones.
They're finger chilies.
Finger chilies. Not sure how hot these are.
Yeah.
they're
Has it
probably-
got a little mark on it? That says hot.
It does say hot, yeah. There's three red chili ones.
I don't know a lot about chilies, quite honestly. We need to probably speak to the lovely Lizzie, who might know more about chilies, who's going to be, our son just got engaged. How exciting is smiling? First time I've said it out loud. And she's Malaysian, which is fantastic because she's got these wonderful recipes. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to cook with her at some point. But I'm sure she could tell us all about chilies. But as far as I'm aware, Mr. G, is the smaller the chili, the hotter the chili?
I don't think that's 100% true.
Right.
Directionally, it's probably true.
Right.
I think it's the species, isn't it?
Okay. I know.
I think,
Scotch bonnet.
I think green's hot and
Yeah.
could be wrong.
I don't know. Let us know.
But
I do know that it's the seeds as well, isn't it?
we do put all the seeds in because the seeds come through in the end result. They look quite nice in the jars when
Yeah.
you see the seeds.
And also, more seeds you have, the hotter
Yeah,
it
the
is.
seeds is the heat. So
Can I just ask you to give a sort of health warning for ladies and gentlemen with chili on their fingers and underneath their nails?
well, you need to wash them.
Yes. Is it through experience? Or?
Don't eat them. Don't cut them. Don't touch any body parts that you might have sensitivity around.
Yeah.
Apart from that, you're laughing.
Yeah. And if you want to, we can wear gloves, obviously. But Mr. G's hardy.
Yeah, I've been here in tears now.
We've had this request for Mr. G to make this chili jam for a lot of you. I mean, where were we the first time you made this?
The reason we started making this is when we lived in America. We lived in an area which had a half-decent climate. So somebody bought us some chili seeds, and we managed to get them growing on the balcony of the apartment. And
is that the truth, Mr. John?
It is true.
Is it the truth that we actually grew them?
It is the truth, yeah. And so we grew peppers, and also we grew some tomatoes. That was kind of quite successful, but not 100% successful.
Yeah.
But we did take some of the tomatoes and the chilies, and that was the first attempt at the jam.
It was.
That's why we did it initially. And we've done it regularly since then.
I like the way you say we. I don't have any hand in
Well,
it.
that's true actually. It's
I
nothing to do with it.
No.
I mean,
I just sit here and drink. What is it you've got? I've got a little tipple here because it's Sunday. Sunday, what is it? 8th of December, 8th of December. It's raining outside and sunny County Durham, and you've got, what is this?
I've got some beer which we got from a trade show.
We got this from a trade show. What's that like? Is this the first time
Really
you've had
nice.
this one?
It is really nice.
Can I smell it?
It's really good. Yeah, it's like a real.
Oh, come on,
It's like a real beer.
that's
Like a ruby beer.
St. Peter's Ruby Red.
It's private.
It is. I'd love to do some cooking with this, I have to say. I want to make some cakes with that. I think it would be nice. Can you imagine a nice, thick, rich chocolate cake?
Really.
Instead of Guinness cake, having
Although
that.
just drink the beer, it's quite nice.
Drinking the beer is good, yeah. That is good.
So I'm just keep drinking.
Just keep chopping. It's not the most interesting thing in the world. If you want to do some of that and chop some tomatoes and show those, we can come back to the chopping. Unless you're fine chatting, you know, because I know how much you like to chat. You've no idea how I love that Mr. G was doing this, but he's so kind. He's doing that for me.
You don't need to chop the tomatoes very small because the blender
Okay.
heats them up. So just take the.
What sort of blender is it?
It's a good one.
Is
It's
it?
a good one, yeah.
Yeah. Can you do it in a long, like a?
Longer description.
I mean, I know I've done soups. When I've done soups on here, I've done it in your your bullet.
It's
Because that's
more of
nice and
it's a
smooth.
blend, and you don't want it too smooth actually.
Right.
Otherwise, it'll just turn into a liquid.
So it
You want it to be grainy
Uh-huh.
still, so you want to use a chopper rather than a blender. So So it's not really a blender, it's a chopper.
If you put it in the blender, what about just pressing the thingy
Yeah, I
button?
think you could do
just
that.
to-
Depends on the blade.
You know, just to
Yeah,
bounce
blitz
it.
it.
Yeah, blitz it, yeah.
You don't want it too thin though, because
Right.
then it'll just be
Yeah.
runny jam. You don't. Who wants runny jam?
No.
Because this is really nice for savoury stuff,
Oh.
like ham, turkey, and all that kind of stuff. Christmas stuff, and it's got some depth or viscosity.
Viscous?
Yes. So
Gosh.
it's not runny. You need a spoon to use
I
it.
can't wait to taste it. And speaking of ham, just a plug for the other thing that I'm doing. WithinTheSweetLife.com, which is the foodie book club. Please read along. And blogs and other recipes. So there's recipes on the foodie book club page and the other one. I made a ham, and I've taken pictures of it. The recipe for that. That's going to be posted next week. So can we have this with our ham?
Can we what?
Can we have this
We
with our
can,
ham?
indeed.
Nice.
I think it goes with most things.
We had ham and eggs this morning.
If you like any kind of platter of meat or at Christmas, which most people do, it goes nicely with those kind
Pork
of things.
pies.
Pork pies, yeah. Good idea.
Very good mode with pork pies.
Any meat, any real vegetarian type dish as well, I would imagine.
Well, Matthew
Because
and
it is vegetarian, isn't it?
it is. Matthew and his lovely lady Lizzie, they're vegan. This is perfect for that, isn't it? For
It's
gifts and
literally
things.
got just vegetables
Yeah.
and sugar. No, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, vegetable, sugar, wine vinegar. Yeah. Probably not the most. I was going to say it's probably not the most healthiest thing, but actually you're not going to eat it by the bucket load all at once, so the sugar is not.
Well, sugar aside,
Yeah.
it's natural sugar, but
Yeah.
ginger, garlic,
Yeah.
going to keep the flu away. I was going to try to keep the flu
Well,
away.
which is good because it is flu
So it
season.
is
and so
very much
I know.
base kind of
Well, I can recognise
set
you've
of
got
ingredients.
a very sexy, fluey voice at the moment. You're just getting over this horrible thing, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a husky voice.
Yeah, you know, sexy husky. Right. Could you just do some ginger as well, so that we can see the ginger? And see, it does take a while to chop, so you have to sort of settle yourself down with some good music and
Ginger?
ginger's over there.
Okay.
You can either peel it or not.
Yeah, I do.
Peel it with a spoon.
Yeah.
Okay. If this works, it's awesome. If not,
That was a big piece.
yeah, there. Can you see? Instead of peeling it with a knife or anything, if you scrape it with a spoon. Well, you tell. I'm not telling.
Well, just scrape it with a little spoon, the edge of the little spoon, which I find works the best. I've tried chopping this lots of different ways and never had much success. This is the best way, in my opinion.
Can I smell it?
You can, it's really strong.
Oh God, there's nothing. There's nothing like fresh ginger. I mean, we have,
Gorgeous.
we have ginger powder and stuff, but just in any other, like even if you put it in a stir fry.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I love this one.
it does.
Weird shape though.
Yeah, it's a weird shape, you know.
It's like a dinosaur shape. It's like prehistoric vegetables, isn't it?
It's dinosaur. Oh, shit.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Prehistoric.
yeah.
Or seahorse.
Do you know what happened? Did you ever watch the Moomins?
Excuse me.
Moomins. Did you ever watch the Moomins? Can I just? I don't Can you see that? Do you think that looks like a Moomin?
No.
Or is that just me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly it's you.
Oh dear.
So scraping.
Yeah.
Keep scraping. Have a drink of beer.
Yeah, have a drink of beer.
Just put in, but you can chop.
I'm really glad that you're doing it for me because I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also looking forward to when we go to Croatia this New Year because some of the family over there are going to do some family recipes for the YouTube channel.
With you, yeah.
With me, and maybe with you if you know if you love it so much.
I'll be busy.
Will you?
Yeah.
Busy drinking
Wine.
drinking their wine.
Yes.
And
They have the vineyard, don't
they do, and they do have their own wine. Also, what I'm thinking is next year when it's when it's not wine picking, because obviously that grows on trees. Grape picking weather. We can go to the vineyard and maybe pick some grapes and do some stuff like that.
Anything to do with wine sounds interesting.
So that's all chopped like in just big chunks.
So that
Really.
just goes in there.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm going to write the recipe out at the end of this video so you'll know we're doing lots of
Rubbish.
more than one, aren't we? We're like double tripling up, so
Yeah, there's a couple of batches.
yeah, so don't panic.
Garlic
Oh, there she goes. This is another thing I think is underrated, garlic.
Garlic's bad, isn't it?
Oh, I like it when it's roasted and it's all soft in the middle, and you sort of like squirt that. You can spread it on toast and put it in butter, and it's just, it doesn't taste like garlic. It just tastes creamy and like a real luxury. Oh, look at that. Oh, I wish this was smelly vision.
So again, you just throw that in there. Really.
Yeah.
Keep the skin off it.
How are you doing that?
I'm doing that with my big knife that I bought in Boston actually a long time ago.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's breaking out. It's too wasted.
You have a favourite knife? I have a favourite knife.
Absolutely, I think everybody should.
Yeah, I do.
I think probably everybody does, but we don't let them.
I have a favourite fork that I like to use just for eating, because the handle's nicer. Mm. Do you think we're going to put some of these, I know I am going to put some of these in some gift baskets in the jars?
See?
Yeah.
That authorised it.
Part of the chef. Yeah. That's the problem though, we never actually make enough, because we always think
It goes quite quickly.
it does.
Probably make about 10 jars. I don't know if you've got the jars.
Yeah, the sterilising in the
Sterilise
dishwasher.
them, yeah, 'cause
Wanna
we do
mention
need
that?
the jars that we end up putting them in after it's cooked, obviously, or as it's cooling. Or I think we've got different varieties of jars,
Yeah.
some Kilman and some others. The main thing is that they're sterilised, and they've got compressible lids, which is pretty common on that type of jar.
Yeah.
I'll show you later on. They're fairly basic.
And you can do the sterilisation, I mean, I remember the old-fashioned way where I used to wash things and put them in fact I think a lot of people still do this, wash them, put them in an oven, certain temperature, let them warm up, then let them cool down in the oven. But we've run ours through the dishwasher on obviously a hot cycle, and then let them cool down in the dishwasher, so therefore they are sterilised like that. I think they also do baby bottles like that, but we're way by now. So again, don't quote us on that, that's just the way we do it. There are lots and lots of other ways of doing it.
Yeah, and in terms of the garlic, we're going to put in 4 garlic bulbs per batch. The bulb being the per batch.
How many is in now one?
This is the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what should we stop filming,
Yeah.
and then we'll come back to it when it's time to blitz?
Next step.
Next step, alright then. Right, so it's all chopped. Do you want to show Mr. G, would you like to show the camera the choppedness?
So we've chopped it all up. This is the last piece that we haven't blended.
It's very rough, isn't it? It's
So
not
yeah,
like,
it's very rough,
you know.
as you can see. And we're going to put this in the blender, which I'll bring over. It's quite heavy.
How long have we had that blender?
A long time.
God, yeah. I mean, this is from our cake cafe, isn't it? So it's like a lot.
So, so this is the last batch. We've done 3 or 4 already.
And we're just remind people that there's a lot of stuff here, but we're doing more than one batch.
Yeah, we're doing 2 big batches.
Yeah.
And really it doesn't need more listen, so I'm literally going to put it on for a couple of seconds only. And that's it. That's all we need. So it's basically quite chunky. I'll take that off.
Let's
You can see
see.
it's quite chunky still. See, that's more like a pulp. So we're going to put that into the bowl with the rest of it.
Can I move that for you? Gosh.
So that's the previously blended.
It's not that, nothing precious about it. It's just to get it down to a size that is nice to eat. Really.
Yeah. So Lee will go over the recipe, but basically you've got lots of tomatoes, lots of peppers, lots of chilies, lots of garlic, lots of ginger. I think that's it in there.
It is, yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
Just get the rest of that out.
And like I suggested, I'll write down the recipe at the end and show it to you. Oh, that we meant to do that. And go over what we've actually done. So, waste not, want not. That might be 1 tablespoon that I want for my pork pie in there that you're scraping out. Yeah. I am so happy right now that we're doing this together.
That's good. So,
I've
there
got
you
your
go.
face. That's good.
So here's the finished article.
Bit close to so people can see the...
ready to be put into the pan.
Yeah. Okay, should we bring the pans over here rather than...
Yeah, so
the,
you've got 3 pans ready.
Now these are the pans that we have just got, and voice of camera, we have the pans that we've just had for years, but if you don't have these, don't panic, as long as it's something heavy bottomed, because of the conduction of the heat and the sugar we're going to put in goes to, I mean, this is something you can burn yourself on, it's crazy, and Mr. G has burned himself
Yes,
a lot.
once or twice.
Yes,
So
so
make sure you're not doing it without a top on.
yeah, you're going to have to explain that later, what that means, because that just sounds a bit weird.
It's sugar and it's very hot. So.
Anyway, so if you want to, and also the reason he's done it all in one batch is because when you cut it all up, they will obviously cut the chilies first and the thing, and they weren't mixed up properly. So if you blitz it and put it in one bowl, then you can mix everything, so you don't have one jar hotter than the other or anything like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to spread this across.
Did you want a spoon or something? Is that
Yeah.
Yeah? Lovely.
That would be good.
A ladle. I like ladles. Is that okay? Or this one?
That one's better.
Okay, there you go. I do like my kitchen. Drink? I'm in my happy place. And also Cynthia, our 3-legged cat, has just walked in, so she's sitting on the stool going, please give me something. Do you think this is going to go in 2 things, or do you think we're going to have to make
Yeah, I
it?
think it is because it kind of
How full?
goes down. You don't want any more than no more than 3/4 full, because the sugar's got to go in yet, and the vinegar
Mm.
and the
secret ingredient.
yeah. So I think it's going to be.
Do you think we need another pot?
Have we got another?
Well, we do, but it's not the same as this, which is actually quite a good thing, because it means that we can tell people, how has it gone? I think this one would be good. Is that a good size? Or
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, so this is just, this is a heavy bottom pot. Just don't be fooled if you haven't got these, don't let it put you off. It's,
Right.
whatever you've got, make use of it, as long as it's heavy bottomed. Just like saying heavy bottomed.
So we've got 4 pans, but essentially 2 batches.
Right, okay.
So each batch has got a large bag of peppers, large bag of tomatoes, lots of chilies, lots of garlic,
Shall we
lots
do it
of
out?
ginger, yeah.
So each batch has got 8 red peppers, deseeded, roughly chopped. It's got 10 red chilies, roughly chopped. Now we've used red and green because we like the different levels of heat. Green are the hottest, I think, that we've found. Some ginger, 8 garlic cloves peeled. We put a bit more in because I think we like it. We've got some caster sugar and some wine vinegar. We've used white wine. I think the original recipe said red wine.
Yeah,
But why did you change it to white wine?
I like it to be red in the jars. The red wine vinegar tends to turn it more browny.
Oh, okay.
It looks brown in the jar or red in the jar, whichever you look.
Okay, so what now?
So we need to put these pans on some heat, but before that,
I'll just move some stuff around.
we want to weigh out our sugar. So
Okay.
for each batch of the chili, we're looking for
How much, sorry?
750 grams of sugar.
Okay, so you've done 2 batches.
So we'll put 750 in the scale.
Okay, so will you turn the scale around so people can see?
Yeah, well,
Excellent. And how are you going to make that into...
I'm going to 750 in first,
Okay.
which is
Well, you've got 4 things, so I guess you can do half and half, can't
Yeah.
you? Half
So-
750, half 7.
so 750. You can see on the scales, I can pick them up there. For these scales, it's almost a kilo. So it's 3/4 of a kilo, 750 grams. And literally, we're just going to share that between 2 of these pans.
Okay.
Not precious about how
Good.
accurate. Just half on the end pans.
Okay. I like recipes that aren't too technical, and that's a little bit of piece of bone in that. I like the ones that aren't too technical about being very specific about stuff that you can adjust. I think that makes a good cook, that you can just go, you know what, I like it a bit hotter than that, or I like it a bit not as hot as that.
So we'll put these over on the stove.
Okay.
Two off. And then we'll do the next two, so another 750 grams.
Okay. Just pop it up onto there, and then let people see that. Maybe they can see that happening. I'll tell you when it's 750 if I stand here. Actually, I can't tell you that 750. What should it be?
Like 3/4 of a kilo. There.
Okay. I don't do that. Stop. Okay, cool. 750 grams-ish.
So that's a bit over, but we're not going to be
quibble
about that. Just makes it a little bit more sweet, a little bit more active when it's cooking. This one's a slightly bigger batch, so I'm going to put a little bit more sugar in it.
Okay, yeah.
This pan, rather.
Nice, okay. Great sugar. Now what?
So I'll just mix these up. I'm going to do it with the other ones as well, but I'll
Right.
just show you. Just mix the sugar in.
I have to say, it does look incredibly beautiful, doesn't it, with all those colours?
And then we'll put the vinegar in.
And how much of this do you need?
So I think we need
The recipe
250
says, 250 mils.
per batch. So
Per
that's
batch.
125 in each one.
And this is a bottle of 350.
So I'll put 250 in here.
So you're looking for 500 mils, yeah?
Yeah, and I'll do two.
Yeah.
Two things.
I don't know if you can see that actually, Deborah, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. There you go. Oh gosh, I can smell that.
that's 250. So
Okay.
that's 250 of white wine vinegar. So we'll put
Between two batches.
half and half. That's between these two.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
per batch.
Yeah, okay.
That's very good.
Oh.
So stir that up a little bit, so that's ready to start heating. Do the same with this boy here. So we'll cook it slightly different paces because this one's cast iron, and once the cast iron gets hot, it has latent heat, so it keeps hold of the heat, where the aluminium dissipates the heat. So
Alright.
this one will probably cook faster
Okay.
once it has the heat, but it doesn't make a lot of difference.
Okay. I guess it's done when it's done, isn't it?
So there's two ready.
Right.
And we're going back over.
Can you hear the cat running up and down? She's limping up and down.
Same thing with these, so put 250 in there. That will share between these two pans.
Okay.
200. 50 more.
I'm just your sous chef, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what that means either, but I like the fact that you're cooking and I'm helping.
Right, so. Looks like that.
Can I just do that? Because it's going to do that. Put it back in there.
So half in there,
Okay.
half in there.
Okay.
Mix them up. Again, so the sugar's kind of spread in.
Right. And luckily you've got 4 of these, so I guess.
I don't think we need a lot of them. But
No, just give it a bit of zing.
Give it a
Mr.
little-
G's secret ingredient. Just add a
a little
bit
bit extra.
acid.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
vinegar's quite acidic.
It is.
So that's what it looks like when it's mixed. Not too dissimilar from what it looked like before you added the sugar.
That's true, but it's nice.
Where's your?
Oh, look at that. There you go. My favourite thing is.
What is it?
It's a juicer, actually, and I got that from Croatia when we went to Croatia, just because.
Okay.
And I've got all the pumpy things, you know, the ones that you squish down, but
Yeah.
that's my favourite because you can really squidge it in and...
So we're just going to put half a lime in each pan.
Okay, okay.
So 2 limes. Sorry, 2 limes in each. In total. So.
And again, that's wasn't in the
No,
original
it's not in the
recipe, but that's something that...
You don't have to do it. You could put
No.
lemon in.
Yeah.
Leave it out. Just put these in the other one.
Okay. got any cuts on your hands?
But yes.
This is the way to find out, isn't it, when you're working with citrus? Right, so then what?
So, got
I'm
4
going to move
pans.
this camera just over this.
4 pans on this stove,
Right.
ready to give them heat. Bring them to the boil.
Yeah.
Stir them, and what happens is there's like a.
I'm going to move the camera.
The word scum is not. That's the way it's described in the recipe. So you get like a slim skim on the top, which you have to ladle off, and then you put it on to simmer for like 45 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll go over that again.
So we'll start with heating, and then when it comes to skimming time,
Yeah.
we'll look at that again. Okay. There we go. We are on. So yeah. So it's all boiling. Can you see? And I've just been looking up what the scum is actually, and it says it's what something to do with protein, given off by the stuff. And let me give you that bowl, and I'll pass that over to you. And you have to skim it off, otherwise it makes things cloudy.
Less clear.
Less clear, yeah. So we've got these on a different. Can you see they're all at different rollings? And the reason is
There's different heat sources and also different sauce pans.
yeah, different heat sources. Can you see this is on our very small one, and then we've got this one on our big one. So they're all going to cook at different times, really. And the same will apply. Hello, on. So the same will apply to you if you have them at different temperatures. So what we'll do is probably get one done, move them around a bit. So Gavin's going to skim.
And then we're going to knock it down to simmer for 50 minutes.
Going to what? Sorry.
I'm going to turn the heat down now.
Once you've skimmed them.
Yeah. Once it's skimmed, turn the heat down to simmer. Let it stay there for 50 minutes.
50.
50 till it gets sticky.
Oh.
And then probably another 15 minutes after that.
And that's when it gets dangerous.
It is.
Do you want to tell them the story?
No.
There is a story that because we lived in America and it was very hot, Gavin decided to make this chili jam without a shirt, without a t-shirt. He was wearing other clothes, obviously. And when it gets to the sticky stage, it is like, oh gosh, well, you know what hot sugar's like. And a bit of it spat on his chest and it took a large bit of skin off, but we're not talking about now. So we'll come back when it's, we're at the next stage, which is the simmering stage, yeah?
50 minutes.
50 minutes after the simmering stage, when it's ready to be cooked. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Right, so, are you ready? Give me one of them off. Oh, it's so hot. Gosh. Okay.
So, this has been cooked now for 50 minutes, plus another 10 minutes after the 50, so an hour in total.
Okay.
So we're going to...
And it's reduced ever such a lot, isn't it?
It has, it goes down quite a lot. So we're going to fill, we've got 3 jars here, 3 different type jars. We've got this funky little ladly thing.
They've all, you said they've all been
Sterilised.
just come out.
Literally just come out. So we're just going to ladle these in, try not to hit the sides of the jar.
I just want to show different things, because you can use jam jars. You know, if you can collect jam jars and things, we happen to have these because we've made it before, and because we make it in the family, they tend to give us the jars back, which is quite nice of them. That's only because they want us to make more. So. And how full do you need? I think you need to have it full, right full, don't you?
You don't want a lot of air left in.
No.
So
it has to form a seal.
Yeah, you want it to right up to the top really on itself. And this is still very hot, so.
Gosh.
Like very hot.
We're making pork for tea now. I was thinking, since Mr. G, that we could have this with the pork, but I don't think it's gonna. Is that full or not?
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be cool enough. So I'm just gonna seal that straight away, so that it becomes airtight, and let it cool in the jar. So there's one. Pretty, isn't it? So this one. Do that. We've got others coming. I think this is the dangerous part because it's sugar and it's just quite dangerous. Is that all? Okay. Excellent. See that? So let them cool in the jar. Don't open the jar until you want to use it. Because once it's opened, it's open to the air. That's when it starts to go off, really. We've got one of them that's cooking a little bit slow because it's on the tiny burner. I think we showed you before. So we'll just move that over to the bigger burner in a second so it. See, it's still bubbling. And then we're only going to do 3, and then because we've got lots more jars, so it depends on how much you make. So we're doing double because we want to give it as presents. But the recipe at the end will be for 1 batch. Oh God, it smells so good. I'm getting hungry now. And this is a kilner jar. Yeah, give that. Oh, hold on. Oh, actually, just use this one, hang on. Yeah, and don't. This is a kilner jar which has got the 2 pieces there, which forms a thing. Are you going to do that? Yeah. Right. So once that's on again, let it cool. Oh, and I don't think that's the easiest thing to go on. Right. So that's it. We're going to fill the rest of the jars. Do you want to?
Yeah, that's the 3 jars full. We've got another 2.5 pounds. We'll fill more jars and then we'll see.
Oh, and I've made some labels. Just literally stick-on labels that I bought from the printer or whatever. And I just printed, made some pretty. Yeah, for the jars. And I'm going to put those on and I'll show you that at the end. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Righty-ho, so this is the recipe for these wonderful jars of tomato chili jam that my lovely Mr. G did for you in this batch. Let's see if I'm going to I'm looking at my phone, but I'm trying to read this, so excuse me about that. So we've got 8 red peppers, deseeded and roughly chopped. Don't be too precious about them. We used 10 red chilies. This is just for 1 batch, remember. And we mixed the red ones between some green ones, which were, I think, the finger chilies, which were really hot. So we kept the seeds in those. 8 garlic cloves, again, taking the skin off. Approximately 800 grams of tomatoes, just roughly chopped. Please, if they're not exactly, don't worry about it, you know. And I did say on the video that sometimes it's best, or it's a good buy if you find vegetables that are out of date that day. 750 grams of caster sugar, 250 mils of the red, well, we used white wine vinegar because that's what we prefer. Red wine vinegar if you'd like to, and we used some limes, and you'll see in the recipe. So, and you see in the video. So, Mr. G chopped the everything up, blended them really roughly, and you'll see in the video how chunky that is. Again, it's up to you, but as you can see by these, you don't want it too smooth because it's a spreadable thing, not a jelly. Okay, I love the colour of that. Add the sugar and the vinegar and the lime. If you're going to use lime juice, is an option to the heavy bottom pan. And then bring it up to the boil and then skim all the, I don't like the word scum, but that's what it is, off the top. Reduce the heat and to simmer and have it for approximately 50 minutes and stirring it a lot so you don't want it to catch on the bottom. And it should reduce till it's like by 2/3, so there should be about 1/3 left because we'll add all the time the liquid. So I should put 1/3 there, shouldn't I? So yeah, should be about 1/3 left. Yeah, reduced by 2/3. And while it's still hot, and remember it's really hot, health warning, you will burn yourself with sugar. Put it into your sterilised jars and seal, and then let it cool, and then label and date them. You can see there's a little date somewhere on here, just there. Little date, just on that label, just there. Okay, so, and enjoy.